Welcome back, everybody. That was a delicious cake. This part that didn't go up my nose was delicious.
I'm just trying to teach them that's what they're going to have to do when they get married.
You know, it was nice of you.
I said do not learn from these two.
Oh.
Right.
That's not what we're doing.
You know who we should be learning from? We should be learning from Debbie Beard.
I've never been married.
DIY finalist. Yeah, but you know how to DIY, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Used
I
to.
wish I could DIY a husband.
That's on the next show.
Right.
We'll try to work it out for you. Okay, so we're here. You had the ultimate home and family craft off.
Yes,
You got the
I did.
money, you got the supplies, you got to work.
And then you got butterflies? No? How did you feel? How are you feeling now?
I am feeling total relief now and
Really?
excitement. Yes,
Good.
because I was very specific about this project and I needed to get the poster.
You knew what you wanted.
Yes, they do not sell posters at stores anymore. You have to get them online. There was one store and we went there and there were hundreds of posters and we're flipping through, 20 minutes goes by. I'm like,
boy.
what am I gonna do? I don't wanna go with plan B. I don't even have a plan B.
Well,
And
good.
so then we found it
And-
and I did a little dance.
And you're making?
I am making a coastal 4th of July inspired bookcase.
Nice.
It's
Yes.
really beautiful. And I love the different take on the blue. That's really nice.
I really thought that the blue, if I used the traditional navy or red, white, and blue, the poster wouldn't pop as much. So this could look great in a coastal home as well as beach.
Well, let's take a look at some of the problems you ran into when you were looking for that poster. We have some video.
This is like the crucial element that we need for the project. There are thousands of posters to look through.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Ah.
So no luck here. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous right now.
Knock, knock.
Hello.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Debbie.
It's our big craft off competition day. How's it going?
It is. It's going really good. I'm so excited. Like it's gonna look awesome.
You know it's a 4th of July theme.
It's not Cinco de Mayo.
I know that's a joke. What are you making?
So I've taken this thrift store dresser and then I have this poster right here that I'm gonna strategically cut and it's gonna back it.
Have you run into any problems so far?
So far, it's so good. I'm stressed about the poster, but that's about it. Like, paint is my jam. That's what I do. I love paint. Like, if there was one thing that I could take on a deserted island, it would be a can of paint and a paintbrush. So that's
Well,
my
I'm going to
thing.
leave you on this island. I'm going to desert you so you can continue with your project.
Okay.
No one seems to be stressed except for me here.
Really?
Except for me. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Debbie.
See you later.
All right.
Okay. So how many stores did you go to, Goodwill stores? Because
Oh, we went to like 8 or 9 because
Wow.
Oh my God.
because
Okay.
the poster had to fit
okay.
in. We had to find a very specific length.
All right. So take us through this process of de-stressing that you did. Okay.
Okay, so there are 3 steps to distressing. You want to apply what I like to call a peekaboo color, and that is the bright green color. You don't need to apply it all over the bookcase. You just want to put it strategically where paint would normally wear off over
Okay.
time.
Okay, cool.
Then you apply your top coat. This you apply over the entire piece except for where you're going to put the poster because you're going to rub that color back and reveal that green underneath.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, so now we have all of the supplies. You can get these supplies at your local craft store. My favorite one is this sanding sponge because you can dip it in water and it takes the paint off really gently and gives it an authentic look. And you can see that green coming through underneath. Now I'm measuring the poster. The poster was 2 inches too long. So instead of cutting 2 inches off one side, I opted to cut 1 inch off of each side. So I'm measuring
Oh,
it
nice.
an
Much
inch.
better.
It was actually 1 inch and one little mark. I'm not
Yeah.
really good at like the measurements.
Don't worry, neither
So
are we.
it's 1 inch, one little mark off of the left side on the right side. And then
By the way, they call me that. I'm just wondering.
now I'm checking again to make sure I got it right. And now I'm measuring because I'm gonna cut the poster right down the middle. I'm gonna put the top of the flag on the top shelf and the other piece on the bottom. Now this is the tricky part. With Mod Podge, a lot of people want to just put Mod Podge over the whole surface and lay your poster down.
Yeah.
You're gonna get air bubbles if you do that.
Right.
That's what went wrong the first time I tried this. So you wanna think of it like a piece of pie. You divide it into sections, you put a little Mod Podge, and then you use this roller, it's called a brayer, and you push the air bubbles out. Then you apply more Mod Podge and you roll it again until you get to the very end. And there I'm using that roller. It's right next to the Mod Podge at the craft store.
Oh, that worked.
And then you put one final coat of Mod Podge over the top just to protect it from wear and tear. And there's your finished
That is
piece.
amazing.
I like it.
That's good job.
I love this detail, though, that you started up here.
Yes.
This is really great.
What
Tell
is
us-
this about? Because I
like-
got to tell you, when I checked in on you, you didn't tell me about this.
This came to me about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we had already done all our shopping, and I knew that all I needed was freezer paper and a printer. And I thought, I wonder if they have freezer paper at Home and Family. And I went to the prop guy, and he's like, of course we have freezer paper. We have done it all. We have everything.
We
and he
have
pulled it out.
everything.
I'm
It's
like,
true.
you've got to be kidding me. So freezer paper has a shiny side so that the ink is going to sit on top. It's not going to sink into the paper. You just want to create a graphic on your computer. I use PicMonkey.com, which is free. You want to make sure that you reverse the image because you're going to put it down.
Or it's going to be backwards.
Right, and you tape it to regular paper so that it goes through your printer really easily. It's going to end up looking like this once you get it onto the piece.
Wonderful.
Now,
While you do that, I want to show this. This is how it came out as you're applying it over there. Go ahead.
right, so we have one letter left. Debbie, would you like to try it?
I'd love to do it.
All you do is take the end of a blunt object or a credit card,
Okay.
and you just start rubbing
Right
in a
here?
circular
You could use
motion.
my forehead.
There you go.
There you
With
go.
you then, while she's doing that, Orly, questions from our judges or comments,
Yeah.
observations?
Yeah.
Did I hear you say that you were using chalk paint?
Yes.
Why chalk paint?
Chalk paint will go on most surfaces. So this was a really slick surface. Normally you would have to prime it and sand it. Chalk paint will go on metal and glass.
Is that the
and-
same as chalkboard paint?
No, a lot of people confuse that with
Yeah.
chalkboard paint. You can make a chalkboard out of chalk paint. You just use 3 coats. But this is like all the rage right now. And it dries really fast. Yeah, there we have it.
Oh my God.
Oh, you are.
But you're not a
Ken, do you have
singer.
do you have an observation?
Well, I have an observation. Debbie, what I thought was really good about that is you gave during that 3 really good tips that go beyond that. The whole laying down the Mod Podge little by little, the roller, and using the wet sponge for distressing. So it's great to add those little tips that even if someone's not going to make this, they can take away. But how do you deal with, like, you didn't find that? What's your go-to place when you can't find something, you're starting to panic? It's 3 hours before the DIY.
You just always improvise. I like to see potential in everything. So there's always another way. I think creativity comes from a lack of having things and using what you have. So I'm a die-hard DIYer.
Exactly.